Hey guys, Button25 here, playing FSX once again. Today, we will be flying a Boeing 747-400 from Seattle Tacoma International Airport to Frankfurt. I have those engines starting up. At least they should be starting up. Set flaps to 2 for takeoff. It's going to be a nighttime takeoff, however it should hopefully be a daytime landing. What are the lights? Taxi on. Stop, pushback parking brake set. Bad thing is you have to give these engines a power for them to spool up properly. Let's try throwing them in reverse. Because of those slats to retract. That should cause that engine to spin up. I'm just going to see, those two engines aren't even spinning slightly. Whereas, we have one engine that is functioning fully. We've got that engine. Great, and then we can get taxiing. Actually, let's see if I can start. No hope in hell. Full reverse once again. Done these ones just go forward slightly. You sort of. You can see where. Actually, yeah, I think if you only reverse one engine, that would still happen. Don't know why you would only reverse one engine. Right, I can actually somewhat turn this aircraft. Right, let's zoom out here. Just a bit, and let's get taxiing. Turn on, give her all she's got, and begin our climb out. That climb out is where I'm going to pause the video until we land. Oh yeah, altitude, nav, is this set to GPS? GPS. It's an nav hold. So I can actually control this, not very well, but definitely more than not at all. Oh, you can see we're being trailed by an MD-80. Yeah, I think that's the ILS stuff. Also, we're completely on the taxiway. That's a surprise. Usually I'm kind of, you know, skidding across the dirt. Didn't take out that lamppost. And just looking at that, the wing makes me feel like that wingtip was added kind of after the aircraft was built. That does happen with some aircraft, like 727s. So after they... Just performing a bit of the good old engine turn. What's really annoying is when those engines kind of produce, the engines that were reversing produce more power than the ones that were actually pushing forwards, because they already have thrust, you know. Yes, very slow turning. Yeah, I think the MD-80 is going to the other side of the airport, so let's hope he didn't go onto the runway, because he would be staring down a 747. That would make it interesting when he's rolling along the runway and then suddenly the MD-80 appears. Just, oh crap. Rotate. No! Hi. Yep, they're pretty much even now. Which means we can... I still haven't left the taxi, however I am going to shortly. So make that tiny turn, just...
Approaching, 3-4, right.
Yes, I did it. And we should definitely get onto the runway and up and away before the MD-80 will become a problem. Give her more power. Yeah, you can see it's kind of, this airport is kind of on top of a hill. Or, well, it's higher.
On runway, 3-4, right.
Right. Begin takeoff. Full power. Just attempt the tiniest of turns. There we go. Hey. We're skidding. We are skidding / drifting. 80 knots. I think the nose gear is occasionally leaving the ground. 110 knots. And we're getting off of the runway, not a moment too soon. Gear up. Pilot on. Auto throttle. Speed hold. Didn't exceed the speed. Flaps 1. Our landing lights on. Taxi lights off. What? Auto throttle off. Stall. Crap. Disconnect, you idiot. Disconnect. Damn it. Where's Boeing Field? Okay. Recovered. Auto throttle speed hold. Trim the frick down. Okay. What is this doing? Seriously, it's just... Okay, it flops up. Don't tell me we're gonna stall again. Oh, damn it! We're too low this time. Most likely. Then again, it's not really that bad of a stall, I think. You can just... We stalled twice. Right, more of the story, don't trust the auto throttle. Oh, damn it, no. Engines are idling or flying with full spoilers. Are you kidding me? Oh, that was just these spoilers, okay. Guys, I'll pause this video and I'll see you when we begin our approach into Frankfurt. See you then. Okay guys, we're beginning our... Okay, then we're beginning our descent into Frankfurt by descending to, what is it? 23,000 feet. Expedite descent. Yeah, got it on. Working on it. I think we're still over Holland. No, well, who knows at this point? No, we're probably over Germany. I'm not sure though. Yeah, that's an airport there. Yeah, ED, that means we're over Germany. Look at those codes. Yeah, speed's increasing. So it also increase the usage of the spoilers over the wing. 307 knots. It's seeming stable enough at that, so... Alright, slowly... Maybe so we can just extend the spoilers just another small bit. The sun's fairly low, so I'm not sure if this will be a daytime or nighttime landing. But you can see our maximum speed is increasing, which I guess is a good thing. Yeah, you can see the 747 has to have an interesting shape at the front of the aircraft due to the upper deck. You can see the Star Alliance logo on the side of the aircraft. I'm not sure what airlines are a member of Star Alliance. I think the two main kind of these groups are Star Alliance and SkyTeam, and I think KLM and Aeroflot are, and I think Molev used to be in SkyTeam. Oh, there's what aircraft is that? I don't see it trail. Oh, it's a Baron or King Air. Yeah, air traffic. So there's a 737 on the ground somewhere. A Skyhawk, Caravan, 747 of Orbit Airlines. World Travel 737, a Mall Orion, this is over the Netherlands. Dash 8, King Air, I think the King Air was what we saw, the Baron. A Lear, another 737. 737 with the jetway freaking out, Caravan, King Air, MD, and we're back to the start. That's strange. Yeah, just give it a while. There we go. Everything is good for now. Everything is going nominally. We're not overspeeding or anything. There was also meant to be a rocket launch today, but that has been cancelled due to a wildfire on the in the southern side of Vandenberg Air Force Base. We have another 4,000 feet of the sun left to go. I'm going to give this more spoilers because we clearly need it. I thought basically as soon as we begin to lose speed, which is what we want to be doing, the engine's immediately like, no, and slowly spool up. But yeah, there are. I think the 747-400 is the most popular variant of the 747. However, it's starting to get. They're starting to be decommissioned at this point. Like lots of airlines are decommissioning them. For example, Singapore Airlines is one of the ones that relatively recently did it. I think Air France might have already done it or is planning on doing it. However, don't quote me on that. Yeah, well, BA, I think they're... Well, BA hasn't announced a date when it's going to stop flying 747s, but it's coming. Lufthansa, well, they've got a couple of 747-8s, and maybe they'll use one of those. Maybe they'll have some of those operating for a while. Because these engines are no longer... They're not that efficient anymore. There we go, now that should cause us to level out a bit. There we go. We've leveled out. Now we're going to continue to descend further. Now we're currently over German airspace, and we're currently in German airspace and over Germany. Pretty sure those two things. Well, do they mean the same thing? If you're in German airspace, does that mean you're over Germany? Right, 17,000 feet. So let's get that programmed in the autopilot. That's 6,000 feet of descending. Acknowledge closed. -3,000. -3,000. And spoiler use. Well, the good thing is it's going to be very difficult to actually overspeed. These aircraft are quite old at the moment. They're I'm trying to remember their exact age here. They're 74 miles northwest. Switch ILS runway 7 left. Okay, that's good because that's kind of on this side, so. Sure, acknowledge assigned approach, and what are we? 175. So we're going to set heading of 17. Not 205, 175, and heading. Hold on. Now we're beginning our sweeping turn. Does this have seatbelt sign control? Not, but it looks. What's that? Pull to open. I'm presuming. If you look at it like this, I think there's an escape hatch on the roof. Well, that could potentially be an escape hatch. But I think there is kind of like an escape hatch on the roof. Or maybe it's just... Or maybe they just use the windows. Or maybe I'm just thinking of the 747-100. I remember when I was watching a documentary about the crash at Tenerife. And in case of that accident... the crew of the Pan Am 747, I think, they escaped from the plane, or at least one of the crew members. I'm not sure which crew member it was, but they escaped. I think using an escape hatch on the roof, as I said. Well, we've got 500 feet of descending left, so we're going to get ready to pop the spoilers and put them back in. And just the act of pulling the spoilers increases lift over the wings. 9,000. Right then, 230 it is. Well, actually, I think we can do 24. Two 240. 9,000. I think we can handle -1,000. Please acknowledge. I'm trying. I'm trying to acknowledge, but you're not letting me. I'm just holding at this point. What do you think I'm trying to do? Just give me a chance. Right, let's wait. See if I can actually acknowledge. If he says, acknowledge last transmission again, I'm trying to acknowledge. Okay, hopefully after this clear to Charlie airspace comment, I'll be able to do it. No. These guys just don't want me to acknowledge that signal, and have to cancel. That will force me to cancel the IFR. Acknowledge instruction. What? It's going to maintain -0. Nope. There's a serious problem here. It's just a -0. Well, we'll see. Maybe when we get lower, I'll just... nearest airport list. Airports. Auf dem Dumpel. No, Cologne. It's farther from you. Cologne, Bonn. Tune, I don't know, Tower. Back, no, that's not gonna work. Back. Yep, tune that center or whatever. Seems that I might have to do a bit of a mental map view. That could be a possibility that now I've got no ATC, so when we get low, I'll just have to, you know, wiggle my way around. Alright, 2,000 feet, I'm just going to set that too. And then I'll figure out how, like, when to turn and all that stuff. Is there a zoom button? Yes, I think that's the zoom button. No. I know there's a zoom. Maybe you can adjust, you know, how far in that's zoomed. Well, 640. Alright, so that's Frankfurt. So I can keep an eye on that and then adjust the heading as required. We're still above 10,000, so everything's fine. However, when we get lower, I'll have to switch on the landing lights once we get below 10,000. I think I'm going to slightly reduce the time we need to approach just by making a bit of a turn. Pretty sure ATC won't mind, as I think they're non-existent at this point. Or wait a second, how far away is Frankfurt? So currently it's set to... Does it show it anywhere? No, it doesn't show. Nothing changes when I scroll. That's the reason we're just sending this is so that I don't exceed. Are you kidding? How can you overspiff? I just set this to 230 instead, just for the sake of safety. There we go, we're leveling out. Okay, we're slightly higher than this set. Then usually you would usually turn on the landing lights. I'm doing it now. So that looks like it's halfway. So why can I not? It's 40. There we go. So we are 20 miles or less than 20 minutes, I think. I'll see if I can just increase the vertical speed slightly. The flaps one is 280 knots and 30 is 180. Some of those spoilers be they're not even slightly deployed. Hold on. Just a barely visible extension out of that. A small little extension should be enough. There's a little unrealistic thing. I don't believe that's going to be the heading of that runway. Just make sure. Yep. Just want to make sure that the barometric altitude or whatever it is set correctly. Let's just try heading 145 just to get us flying a bit closer to Frankfurt International Airport. And we're about to pass below 10,000 feet. Now, this could be an interesting approach. Also, our approach speed is going to be 150, not the usual 140 I do, because remember when we were approaching Seattle? Yeah, that was a bit of a hairy situation, to say the least. Yeah, the right wing view. It's actually inside the aircraft. Some cargo and then the main. There's the wing gear. These are the gear that are just directly under the aircraft. I'll see if I can get to Frankfurt on the. What should I call it? Crater Open IFR flight plan. I do have a flight plan, or I should have a flight plan. Where's airports further? Yeah, no, there's only Frankfurt Hahn. Frankfurt Main, here we go. Tune Frankfurt Tower. Request full stop landing. I'm not sure with that, what's that? So 299 or 5. Okay, sure. That's what we were supposed to. Sure, acknowledge pilot entry. I hope that means they'll guide us in. It didn't say again. So it didn't tell me. Yeah, I acknowledge that. Make straight in runway 7 altimeter 299 or 5. That's what I've set now. Let's see if it will let me acknowledge. Actually, they don't usually give guidance. But we're 30 nautical miles out. I can't acknowledge the last transmission. Well, it seems this will be an unguided approach. Yep, 130. I can't acknowledge the last transmission. Where can I change the frequency? Yeah, sure, switch. There we go. That should mean they're able to talk to me. Did you how? Maybe that's why. That's nav. That would explain it. There we go. Now that means they can't talk to me, which we have to do. ATC service is terminated. Tune Frankfurt approach. Okay, just forget it. Right, there's Frankfurt, Maine. 150 for the speed. At least I think that's definitely Frankfurt, Maine, or EDDF. We need to lose speed, even if that means really stalling the aircraft. Sure, flaps 1. Spoilers in. Now we're going to climb, aren't we? Yes, we are. Right. Let's engage. My aircraft. So let's get the trimming set up. And flaps 2. Flaps 2. Where's the airport? I definitely saw the airport. Oh yeah, it's up there. Just slowly trimming the nose up. The current speed, or what vertical speed I'm much more interested in. Gear down. Just watch as those landing gear come out. Some of those doors will actually close again, so they didn't think would pose a bit of a hazard for the clearance. And by clearance I don't mean, say for example, air traffic control clearance. I mean ground clearance. So basically how high up we are. Let's begin a bit of a slow sweeping turn. This should make landing a bit easier. The landing distance might be a bit longer. Oh hey, is this Hahn below us? Is this Frankfurt Hahn? Oh, I have autopilot off. Yet I'm not leveling this out. Seriously, watch. So if I were to turn like that, say. Let's say turn like that. Well, it's fine, it doesn't turn back, so I was wondering why it did that. Oh, I've lost the airport again. Oh, there it is. Just a small turn. Yep, you can see some of the Frankfurt skyline, which might just be generic FSX skyline. Where's the airport? There's the airport. What? What are you doing, idiotic? Seriously, this thing is going to stall. Seriously, you saw how close we were to stalling. The thing was shaking. Oh, there's an A321. That could be a problem. Well, we're below it, so it's not going to be a problem altitude-wise. It could be a problem runway-wise. Basically what I'm saying is if that Airbus is also approaching 7 left, I'm probably going to be approaching faster than he is. However, he's in front of me, so if I get in there... So if he lands before I do, he's going to start slowing down. So basically that means I'm either going to have to fly over him and land and slow down and all that, or he's going to have to clear the runway before I land, which is not going to happen. Yeah, he's inbound for 7 left. I can just tell by the distance. Just see. He's in front of me, so I'm hoping that we can kind of swoop in ahead of him. I'm pretty sure the folks at DLH Virtual would not like it if I crashed 2 planes into each other. Even if it's not intentional. Still going to give DLH Virtual a bad name, especially because I pushed the nose down. What's the distance? 3.5. Right, let's see if that increases or decreases. Sure, aircraft, or air traffic, A321. I don't know if it will show like that number, like EC, FTX, no. Yep, this is the guy. If you look back, there's us. So we're chasing an Orbit Airlines aircraft. Our only real chance if we get down before he does. Last system's... Oh, he's gaining. Well, maybe he's... Oh no, he might be going for runway 7 right, so maybe we'll be fine. I think in real life the nose gear would not turn until you're on the ground or until you're very close to being on the ground. Okay, I think the A321 is not going to be a problem. Nearest airport list. Frankfurt Main. Frankfurt Tower. Oh yeah, there 8 right. Yeah, we're 7 left. Request full stop landing. Southwest with Foxtrot to land. Let's see how they tell us. Make straight runway 7 left. Okay, we're too low at the moment. Large pattern entry. Let's hope this works, and it doesn't just glitch like there's no tomorrow. Because I would not like that. And I think we're side-slipping. Side-slip, nicht gut. That makes landing a considerable bit more difficult. I drop the nose. I'm going to try to get as smooth of a landing as I can. Yeah, the A321. How far away is he now? He's back to 3.5. Huh. So I'm presuming he's lost speed now. We're at the right altitude, so that means we begin pushing the nose down. Right, clear to land, caution the Airbus. A321 landing runway 8 right. Acknowledge the landing clearance. And let's begin. Yeah, I think in terms of speed we'll be fine. So auto throttle disarmed, I've got full control of the aircraft. Throttles and all. Which means we're probably not going to stall, as I know better than to let the engine idle. Especially when you're below glide slope. You never let the engine idle below glide slope. That's the Airbus is on the ground. We are on final approach. Everything is nominal. Yeah, we're moving quicker than necessary, so I'm just going to let the engines idle for a bit before giving her a bit more power now. The best thing to do at the moment would be to deploy the spoilers. Now that would probably drive the aircraft into a stall. Speed 159, perfect. Right, once again, focus, nose down, have my finger on the reverse and spoiler buttons. Oh no, not on the spoiler or reverser button, on the speed button. Alright, well, throttle. Yep, gliding in, F2, which is the thrust reverser button. That's going to be a long landing, isn't it? But it's going to be a damn smooth one. Did we leave the ground there? I think we may have bounced. I'll keep the nose up. I'm trying to put the nose down extremely gently. Stow reversers, spoilers in, flaps up. I guess we just do our best to turn off the runway. I just set flaps up. Yep. I did indeed. And so I'm just going to have to pull out here. Or turn off here, as I won't be able to do anything. Yeah, I'll just acknowledge the ground handoff. However, I'm not going to actually contact the ground. Yeah, the reason I'm doing this is because, as I've said many times before, this aircraft is impossible to steer. So we're just going to see if I can turn into a gate before I cut the engines, and everything should be fine then. Okay, should just park here. And 4, 3, 2, 1. So guys, that was a flight from Seattle to Frankfurt with a Lufthansa 747. I am Bot 1025. Goodbye.